There we go. Hopefully it's live on YouTube now. Good morning, guys. How are you doing? Is there an end date? Sorry, an end state in this based on date? Yes. No, there's an end point. The game ends in 1836. Sorry, I was getting breakfast. Let me get my tea going. How are you today, Diet Salt? I'm okay. I thought about taking today and tomorrow off. Just really burn myself out of this game and then play something else, but I thought, I'll stream for a while. Alright, I need to eat my breakfast. But let's start playing. Kind of in a tricky spot here. The big Italian nations in the north are part of the Holy Roman Empire, and then Naples in the south is a monster. I think I deal with Aragon. Castile and Austria have taken territory. Kind of a mess in Italy right now. I'm still dealing with food problems. Yeah, check out the siege update on Dwarf Fortress. That's not a bad idea. That could be fun. Maybe I will do that. I just allied the French, but they've been going through civil wars constantly, so it's not really beneficial to me. Fun farming estates, that's exactly what we need to do.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang!
Even though you allied the French, I'll hang around.
Thanks for resubbing. Sorry, I'm eating breakfast. What do you have against the French? They bailed our asses out in the American Revolution. Fair enough. I got you. I'll allow it. Have you met the French? They're all French. Technically, all this is their fault. Yeah, we'd still be a... we'd still be a... oh god, what's the word? I'm blanking on the word. Commonwealth. We'd still be a Commonwealth. All my money's going to food right now. We're spending 200 gold a month on food. Dude, that's insane. I think it's because we're filling up our stocks, though. I don't think it's that. I don't think that's how much we're buying in general. Yeah, it's because we're filling up our stockpiles. Who tried to turn Mexico into a puppet? On one hand, I really need... Oh, these are wine farms. I don't give a shit about wine farms, okay. We need to fabricate a CB against Mantua. Against Haktua. Hey Miranda, good morning. Not the best time to tune in, me making bad jokes. Could be worse, though. Traditional economy will allow me to produce more food. And we don't need levies for this war, so let's reduce levies. Try to get this passed. I'm doing alright today. We were just talking about what game I should play next. Kind of leaning towards Dwarf Fortress. We'll see. I feel like Project Zomboid really needs an update. I know they're in the middle of massive patch in general, but can I just say I appreciate that Project Zomboid is donating all of the profits from their merch to Doctors Without Borders. That makes me feel a lot better about merch. If you're going to sell merch, doing it for charity is a lot less distasteful. Unlike the RimWorld devs, we're just selling merch. None of my allies will join me. I declare war. Are they already fighting a war? Occupied by the Kingdom of Sicily. Oh, they are. I'm trying to eat breakfast still. I have so much gold. You get a monastery. You get a monastery. I'm currently the 7th richest country in the game. I was higher, but I don't know what happened. My tax base has kind of plateaued a little bit. I'm spending so much money on food that my profits have gone. We're eating our profits. What would be the medieval equivalent of merch? Buying holy relics. Finger bone of a saint. That sort of thing. I don't know that you really say those would go to charity, though. Although I suppose the church did help the poor sometimes. It wouldn't just be like you have to think though, merchandise is some sort of iconic company selling merchandise with logos on it. You wouldn't really say that Hanes is selling merch, but you would say that somebody selling T-shirts with their company logo on it is selling merch. I wanted to take this, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah, aces, I believe that. Pewter mugs with your king's face on it. I don't think those were a thing. Wasn't Max Miller a character in Supernatural? The end of the Treaty of Madrid. Now it's time to expand. Yeah, except we're not doing anything related to colonization at all. Time to keep doing what we were already doing. Who wants to join my market? Savoy, you want to get on this? You want to get on this action? You want some of this action? I want to disassemble or dismember. I wanted to destroy the nearby markets. Wait, what are you guys doing here? They're sieging Venice? Is that true though that the first recorded vending machine dispensed holy water? Is that actually true? That sounds like a true fact you just made up. Didn't knight/soldiers have to bring their own armor and weapons? You wouldn't consider that merch, though. That's like saying that you have to buy your own steel-toe boots if you want to go work in a factory as merch, but it's not. You didn't believe me about Demolition Man Pizza Hut either. That's true. That sounded like a true fact you just made up, but no, that ended up being true. It was sort of true. You were wrong a little bit, but you were right. You were right enough for me to allow it. We gotta get rid of Mantua. This name's freaking me out. Who has a whose flag is this? The Duchy of Toggenburg has just a dog on their flag. Look at this. What kind of dog is that? They must have really liked dogs. Yo, dog, I heard you like dogs. Yeah, that's part of the problem. Yeah. Now you see my dilemma. Alright, we're spending a little bit less money. Look how much money we're spending on food, though. That's crazy. Food is my #1 largest expense. We spend more money on food than all of the buildings in my entire country. That's not good. That is not ideal. I want to destroy the 2 competing markets nearby, but Castile currently owns one of them. And this fucker here, Brescia, owns another one. But Brescia is part of the Holy Roman Empire. So if I want to fight them, I gotta fight the Emperor. Palpatine. Well, first of all, I'm almost certain she does. And second of all, you probably should not Google that. Imagine the targeted ads you'll get for the rest of time if you Google that. Is that really what you want for yourself? Hey. Fuck off with that army. Why does it look like I'm losing this? Like when I look here, they're taking more damage than I am, and they're losing morale quicker. But when I look here, my flanks are actually not looking so good. I guess I have more reserves, that's why. I'm taking a lot more casualties than I am, but that was. Oh, I also have a crossing penalty. That's one of the things I really liked about EU4 is that you could watch the battle go on, and it was very clear what was happening and what was causing advantages and disadvantages. Oh, the Papal States took... Oh, you sons of bitches. That's fine, I'll take this. And I'll humiliate you. Pull your pants down. Wait, what? I mean... That's not what I meant. Am I still... Oh, I'm still at war. This French Civil War. Pull your pants down, I need to humiliate you, you mean? build a bailiff out here and see if that helps. I have a pretty decent stockpile of money. I need to spend it. I'll be able to upgrade my roads soon. Wait, isn't there a way to sort this by control? No. Travel time, cost, time, proximity. This will minimize the proximity cost of the destination, help increase control. Oh. A drop in the bucket. Barely even dented my treasury. Now that might actually be the worst sound in the game. You think that's worse than the ships being built? I agree that is pretty bad, but is it worse? Worse than that? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh my god, I'm spending 264 gold a month to buy food. My income should be like 300 extra in terms of profit. It should be like 300 profit per month, but I'm buying 264 food. It's almost more than all of my other expenses combined. It's because they're filling up the granaries and stuff, like the stockpiles they're filling. Trying to build a farm? Man, I have been. But my country consumes a lot of food. The ship sounded like a fistful of pretzel sticks rolling down a tent wall. That's so specific. I love it. Let me ask you though, have you done that? Have you rolled a fistful of pretzel sticks down a tent wall before? Is that how you know what that sounds like? I want to do it again just to get a better idea of what a fistful of pretzels rolling down a tent wall sounds like. My imagination is not on the leash. It's very creative. What does the road building sound like then? Oh, we can't do more roads at the moment. What I want to know is what does it sound like when they're yelling in the background like that? Blah blah blah. We're gonna get paved roads soon. They're saying something in Italian. I can't quite make it out. What can we have this guy do? Do any of you guys play Dwarf Fortress? We were talking about maybe checking that out next. I haven't played the Siege update yet. Could be fun. Oh, we're not in a war anymore. Hold on. Yeah, same here. I love Dwarf Fortress, but I don't play it very frequently. How many hours do I have in it? I have 680 hours in it. So, I'm a beginner still. I heard the siege update is tough. That you can't just lock sieges out of your base anymore. That they'll find a way in. They bring siege rams and they'll dig through walls and stuff. The game is a lot of fun, if you've never played it before. We're currently going through a religious disaster in the country. Yeah, I used to come back and forget all the keys. Oh, I know how that goes, yeah. I don't need money, but I need stability. Guys, I need more stability in my life. I need more stability. I need some in the game, too. I could probably expand my army. Speaking of not having enough food. I can't feed everyone. Let's build more soldiers. Right now, my army is made up of early arquebusiers, arquebussers. I don't know. I'm not really sure how to pronounce this correctly. But these guys all have extra morale damage taken, and they have lower strength damage done. Sound designers definitely had a blast on this. Man, I feel like some of the sounds in this game are absolutely obnoxious. Some are really good. And some are just rough. In general though, I'm a big fan of the game. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I have way too many hours in it already. Is it Arquebusier? Arquebusier? Is it not just Arc? Yeah, see, it's weird. This is so strange to me that if I build men-at-arms, they act like they're a downgrade. I don't understand that. They do have fewer soldiers in them, but... Dude, the screaming gets me every time. What does that have to do with research? I've researched almost everything I want to research in here. We're gonna need logistics logistics distance. Let's get halberdiers. Get these two. I really should upgrade my navy, but I spent absolutely no time on that. Does this give me extra just trade advantage and capacity, which is probably not the worst thing to get. Okay. Why is this one colored purple? Aren't they supposed to be the same color as me, or at least close? One thing I want to do is try to dismantle the other markets that are nearby. We got Chioggia? And we got Genova. Although the Florence market is starting to eat up Genova. I thought this was the city of Genoa, not the city of Genova. But what do I know? I have too many buildings. Let's get rid of the irrigation. We don't need that right now. I thought Geneva was in Switzerland. Geneva's up here. Yeah, there's Geneva right there. This is Genova, but Genova is Genoa. I never heard it called Genova before. Genova, Geneva. What's the difference? I've got way too many buildings in my capital. Genova is the name in Italian. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Math checks out. One is the bad guy from Final Fantasy VII, and the other sells $12 slices of bad pizza to people in fursuits. That doesn't sound right. That does not sound right. But I don't know enough about fursuits to dispute it. Oh, our biggest demand right now is paper. There we go. Let's flood the market with more paper. So you're saying Christopher Columbus was Genovese? Not Genoese? Hmm. What more you know? How many hours do you have in Baldur's Gate 3? Dude, that laughing. What is these sounds, man? These sounds are killing me. I'm going to reform into a monarchy. Oh, we have to not be in a disaster. What a disaster. $1,000 hours in Baldur's Gate 3 is a lot. That's like... What have you beaten the game? Like 8 times? That's impressive. It is a good game, though. I need to expand into North Italy. Get more food. Oh, did you beat the honor run and get the golden dice? I only beat Baldur's Gate 3 one time, and chat got really mad at me. Because I killed a beloved NPC. Not NPC. I killed a beloved PC. I was role-playing. And then they got mad at me. I don't want to say who I killed because I don't want you guys to get mad at me. Exactly, Diet Salt. Exactly. Look how much wine we have in this market. We need to sell wine somewhere else. Ship the wine to Paris. I'm spending so much money on food, it's insane. A third of all of my expenses is just food. We need to invade our neighbors and take their food. There's a bunch of wheat here, and there's a bunch of wheat here. So that's kind of where I need to go next. Unfortunately, Austria will aid those guys, so I have to go this way, I think. I have to invade Verona. It would be nice to try to take out this market as well and absorb all these territories into my market. The market must grow. My market has expanded a bit. Karlak is the horned lady, right? The game does do a pretty good job tricking you into thinking she's evil, though, before you meet her. Oh, we got road upgrades ready to go. Oh. Let's upgrade all of the roads in my entire country. It'll cost me only 24,000 gold to upgrade every road in my country. I thought it was gonna take my entire bank, but no, we're just gonna upgrade all the roads all at once. Take it from the treasury. She's the softest teddy bear? But she's kind of a demon, right? Or kind of a devil? What do you mean, no, she isn't? Isn't that her entire backstory? Is that she's part devil? I feel like I'm getting lied to. You're whitewashing her backstory. She's just a tiefling? Yeah, but isn't that what tieflings are? They're part devil? Tieflings were human-based, plane-touched, native outsiders that were infused with the touch of the fiendish planes, most often through descent from fiends, demons, Yugoloths, devils, evil deities, and others who had bred with humans. So yeah, part devil, part demon, part devil. I mean, genetically speaking, you know. Like how somebody might say they're part Chinese because their grandparent was Chinese. A tiefling in that sense is part demon, part devil. I get in the story of Baldur's Gate 3, she's a good character. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying, tieflings in general. Kind of demonic. Kind of devilish. If your father was a demon and your mother was a human, you're part demon. That doesn't seem like a controversial take to me. Doesn't make you evil. Although I guess it depends on the fantasy realm you're talking about. Since tieflings are forgotten realms, we'll say doesn't make you evil. If your parent was a demon in real life and demons actually existed, that'd be pretty evil. Demons don't exist, so we don't have to worry about that, but if they did... Man, I can't get my stability positive. I'm not saying she's evil. She's a like good aligned character, isn't she? I was just saying that before you meet her in the game does a good job tricking you into thinking she's evil. Wait, what is happening here? Savoy is sieging an Austrian province or territory? What the hell? Well, it's kind of semantics, isn't it? I was just making the point that if your father was a demon and your mother was a human, then you're half demon. I'm not saying she was half demon. Although you'd have to imagine that if you have that kind of appearance, your devilish ancestor was probably pretty recent, you would think. Seems like after a few generations it would start to you think after a few generations sort of get, what's the word? Diluted? I'm guessing with most tieflings though it's not a recent thing. I guess the demon genes are stronger than the human genes. No, I get that. I get that. I get that tiefling is just a type of human. But a type of human that came from something evil. But then again, what kind of better story is there than a redemption story? You know? You know what I mean? There's no better kind of story than a redemption story. Everybody loves a good redemption story. Break treaties with Savoy? Why would I do that? Savoy's not really that strong. I could get a CB if I do that. We still have truce with these guys for quite a while. I guess I could go to war with the Papal States. France would join me. Let's do it. I don't feel good about going to war with the Pope, but it has to be done. It has to be done. We gotta clean up these borders after all. God damn, how many enemies do I have? Oh my god. Mistakes were made. Are these all colonies though? Oh, these are all colonies. Okay. I think we'll be all right. Yeah, not a lot of Forgotten Realms makes sense. They didn't focus on realism. Papal colonies? I don't know. I guess just because the Papal States are so rich and they can't expand, it seems like in every single game the Pope colonizes. The Papal colonizer. In EU4 you had Battle Pope. In EU5 you have Colonial Pope. My control should go up from all these roads that I'm building. Well, I already had roads everywhere. I mean upgrading. I'm getting paved roads. Ever see that movie with Heath Ledger where he was a rebel priest and ends up uncovering a plot where the Pope and Anti-Pope were the same person? No, what's it called? The Order. I don't know, that doesn't sound familiar. Basically, there's a back door into heaven? What kind of movie is this? What a strange movie. Well, I'm spending a lot less money on food now. It's starting to get out of hand. It's interesting that Rome's primary product is wheat. That's interesting. I wonder if there's any city in the game that produces more money than Florence. Oh, Paris does. Okay. Well, F you, Paris. What about London? Nope, London doesn't. Capital of Bohemia does not. What about Constantinople? Sorry, Istanbul. It's not Istanbul yet. Nope. Florence is better. Wait, what? You have these halflings that are descended from a mutant gene that happened in an explosion and they're invisible, and all they can see of fake creatures are their... What? Who came up with this? Was it a player or the DM? It's a bit alarming. You came up with it. Did you pitch this idea? Or you're like, all right, hear me out. I have got an idea. It came to me in a dream last night. Just to be clear, it's nothing sexual. Really need to emphasize that. What does them being invisible have to do with the fake creatures, though? That's the part I'm missing. It does make the halflings sound a little bit like pervs, though, if I'm being honest with you. But hey, I'm not judging. Whatever those halflings are into is their business. That's not my business. I feel like flooding the market with more wine is not the best idea. I'll just let France deal with all of that stuff over there. Maybe I should take over a colony in the Balkans. What's the worst that could possibly happen? I really just wanted this one territory. I'm gonna have to go to war with Naples soon. Wait, why do you keep giving that back to me? Stop it. Stop it! Why do you keep giving me... They keep giving it back to me. Oh, the halflings are invisible. The fey creatures are invisible. Oh, that makes more sense. Okay. Although, admittedly, saying that makes more sense and about that is kind of a strange thing to say about it, but that makes more sense. Man, Austria has so many vassals. What the fuck? It doesn't have that much magic. There's a little magic. It's got a little bit of magic, but not that much magic. It's like the amount of magic in Frosty the Snowman's hat. There's a little bit of magic. Wait, why do they have so many more, such a larger garrison there? Gotta flood the market with paper. I mean, you want to be able to see him when he goes invisible, you know? That part's pretty clear. How much religious unity do I need to get to? 90%? Okay, I'm not that far off. How about you help convert? Alright, we're about to sack Rome. The Pope is not gonna like this. Sorry, Mr. Pope. Okay, so Savoy... Wait, Aragon is in on this? When did Aragon join? I definitely want to take territory from Aragon. Are there any trees I want them to annul? Annul all trees with Aragon. Humiliate Savoy, war reparations to Tuscany, annuls trees with Aragon, and you give us gold. I'll take it. And Provence. We could probably just piece them out. I'm not deeply concerned about Provence. France will occupy all of Aragon, though. That's good. Let's just humiliate them and ask them kindly to leave. Would you please leave? Okay, now we got Upper Bavaria and Aragon. Okay. How many troops can I put on this transport? 2,350? So none, basically. Awkward. Is the Fey Wolf invisible to everybody else? So many unanswered questions. I really just want to take this island. I don't really need the better ships. That's a lot of tech to research, though. That's going to take a while. Okay. Well, anyway, where were we? Fighting a war against the Pope. I can't afford to lose more stability. It's nice having France on my team. What is France's tax base? 2,590? 2,599? Oh, a little bit chunkier than mine. Alright, can I upgrade these guys to halberdiers? Is that... Oh, I can. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. We can lose 20 stability. Oh, God. One of our advisors has been quite busy lately, proposing new changes, one after another. Although one could argue that he's only doing his job, his constant interference and attitude of knowing it all on any matter, even remotely related to politics, is causing quite a rift in our Senato. There are even those that think we should do better without Consul Cesar Bruno. Yeah, get rid of him. Nobody likes to know it all. We'll hire somebody else. Somebody who only knows a little bit. Somebody who knows a few things, but not too many things. Some things, not all the things. I guess I could embrace these. It's gonna take me forever to get to the point where I'm actually researching these, though. I might need to cancel what I was doing and reorder it. Iron output 66%. Oh, I should probably get that. It's gonna take me like 30 techs. I have 25 techs queued up. That's not good. Oh well. We'll leave it for now. How's the market doing? Looks like my market presence over here in the west has diminished. Oh hey, over in the east it's good though. I don't know how that happened. Need to drop more research benches? Yeah, those jokes never get old. Those are timeless. Always funny. I don't get that one. I know. I got it. I was messing with you. Universities will help improve literacy. Let's build universities. Oh god, we're building universities everywhere. We don't have enough paper though. God damn it. Paper and books. Oh my god. Okay, hopefully that helps the paper situation. And then we gotta make more books. Why is there such a demand for paper and books? Oh, I guess because I just built a shit ton of universities, so I guess that kind of makes sense. I guess that makes sense. Okay, more paper coming up. We can't eat books? Speak for yourself, buddy. You don't know me. I mean, I guess you do a little bit, but... I like how the AI will give up land from other people just to get out of the war. I don't really need money from them, but it feels weird not taking money. I guess I could humiliate them. Humiliate the Pope doesn't sound like a very good idea. Nope, that won't work. Pope doesn't like being humiliated. They'll pay money, but they don't want to be humiliated. Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Look at this flag. It's a goose. The Republic of Sismonte. It's a goose. Wait, who's rebelling? Oh, more nobles are rebelling in France. Man, France has been having non-stop civil wars for a few years now. France is having a rough time. The legend for the political map has every country in the world on it? What the fuck? What kind of legend is this? How's it going on the game? Oh, it's going alright. Just slowly expanding. Trying to deal with my food situation. Oh, hey, we're actually not spending that much money on food right now. Just a little bit ago, I was paying like 250 gold a month on food. I've expanded up into northern Italy, but it's not enough food yet. There is wheat nearby, though, so I'm getting there. Yeah, when you look at the food consumption, a lot of my cities are consuming a ton of food. Although Modena is producing a lot, 520. In fact, this one tile alone is producing 416 food. Honestly, I should demote this town. Turn into a rural settlement. It'll be more valuable than me producing food. Italian people eat a lot. Well, they need a lot of wheat to make noodles. 2 Sicilies. Oh, Naples has created a new country. 2 Sicilies. But there's only really one Sicily, so I don't fully understand the name. I need migrants here. Hey Axel, how are you today? Oh shoot, missing cabinet members. Doing well enough? Yeah, I know how that goes. Aaron's Day. Oh. Have you ever tried sweet potato noodles? No. No, I've never even heard of sweet potato noodles. I had no idea that was a thing. Is there someone I should go to war with? Maybe Verona. My Verona. Different song. 100,000% recommend you try them. That's a lot of percentage. Spinach noodles. Never heard of spinach noodles. Okay, we no longer have peace with, or truce with Verona, so we could go to war there. If there's sweet potato noodles, are there potato noodles? Yeah, I think taking that wheat makes sense. Potato noodles are more common and pretty good. Huh. I don't think I've ever had potato noodles. Take that what? That stuff's illegal in 1551 Italy. Thank you very much. We're slightly weaker than them. Oh. That's not what I want to hear. In Italy? I'm sure, no. I'm sure they were not aware of it. In general? Yes, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Google it. I'm like 90% sure that it had been around for a lot longer than that. Hey, government reform, I'll take it. Food production plus 20%? Oh, really? For at least 1000 BC. Wow, no, so it was around in Italy. Huh. All right. Do we go? We must go for food production. I think that makes the most sense. They had weed before pizza. Damn. That's funny. All right, so it's either max literacy or food production, and I think we'll probably go with food production. Raw materials output. Does that count food? It must. Honestly, that might be better. And we are about to conquer a bunch of wheat tiles, so are sweet potato noodles common at Asian grocery stores? Didn't know that. Burgundies have asked us to improve our cultural view of them. Why would I do that? Alright. I accept. That's interesting. I don't really eat a lot of noodles, though. I eat a lot of rice. Rice, I can just buy a giant bag for cheap. I feel like with noodles, I always have to make something else with it. At least with rice, I can go super simple. Oh, really? What else do you put in there? It's an interesting idea. Love the donkey noises. Why would freezing the rice and heating it up cut the calories? Where do the calories go? I don't think I can go to war with these guys. Well, we can win this war. We can win this war. I'm sure I have a better army in general. It's like a soup? That sounds pretty good. Verona only has levies. Or at least for the most part. In fact, most of their army is all levies. So I shouldn't worry too much about it. I need to fight a war with Brescia. Oh man, in fact, I could fight a war with Brescia. They're no longer part of the Holy Roman Empire? That doesn't make sense. They are, it's just the Emperor doesn't want to help them. Oh, interesting. France would not join me. France is in the middle of a civil war, though. Parma's asked us to improve cultural view. The Tuscan cultural view of Emilio. Okay, that's fine. Can you influence the French Civil War as an ally? I can help them, yeah. I just haven't been. Do I really want to send Italian soldiers over to die on French soil? You know, not really. I don't fully understand the training mechanic. It seems super powerful at first glance because you can get up to like 30% damage reduction, but the decay on training is insane. They lose all their training really, really, really quick. So it's almost like you have to train them right before a war and then fight the war. It was not like that in EU4. Training lasted a lot longer. Wait, I'm in a defense league with 2 Sicilies still? Oh, I'll allow it. I probably should leave that defense league soon, but... How are we doing on food? Still good. Not buying too much food. My income is back to pretty substantial again. When I'm not buying food, I make a lot of money. When I'm buying food, my income hurts. My problem right now is that I have no idea what to spend 40,000 gold on. I have been continuing to build up any parts of the economy that are undersupplied. But that doesn't take a huge amount of my income. I can't tell if I've just been really doing a good job developing my economy or if Italy's just insanely powerful economy-wise. Probably Italy is just insanely powerful economy-wise. I'm still 7th richest country in terms of income. Must become economic hegemon. Maharaja of Vijayanagar is the economic hegemon. Great powers by income from trade and tax. Why am I not on that list? I feel like I should be on that list. What is SN? Sicilian nobles? Austria would join with 18 participants. Jesus Christ. Bergamo has a pretty substantial army. Look at that. Oh, it's because they have their levies raised right now? Okay. I do have a CB against Verona. Probably take advantage of that. I wanted to steal their wheat. Let's do it. Wait, when does this expire? 56? Let's train our troops up for a little bit longer. Get that sweet, sweet damage reduction. Look at the experience decay rate, though. Dude, what the fuck? I don't understand why the experience decay is so massive. Just insane amount of decay. Also, I don't know if you get army tradition from training, do you? My monthly change is 0. I was wondering that, Aces, yeah. I was wondering that. Oh, average army experience in Tuscany, your monthly army tradition does go up. Okay. I don't know if the idea is that you just constantly train them when they're not in combat. Maybe that's what the point is. You lose manpower when you're training them. Well, I suppose you don't necessarily lose manpower, but... Built some training fields. I built a bailiff way up here thinking it would help, but it doesn't seem to have done much. I did notice you get a pretty substantial control increase based on garrisoning your army. Like if you put your army up in low control areas. How far off am I from religious unity? We're at 82.5%. All I need... Oh, I need stability too. All I need is get my stability up and get my religious unity up 7.5%. Who wants to join my market? Join my market. Buy my stuff. I feel like if I could delete this market, I would absorb all of this. But I might be a little optimistic. I need to take this territory. I need to capture it. What decay? We're talking about the training decay. We're talking about how quickly drill experience decays. When you're not training your troops, you lose the drill experience incredibly fast. Army tradition doesn't seem to affect it. I don't think. Hold on a second. I don't know. This seems so broken because it's supposed to be the decay of 4. Okay, so you lose 4% of your experience per month. And right now we have 3,597% experience. But there doesn't seem to be anything that affects that. Right, no, I do agree with you. High army tradition should reduce the decay. Honestly, I wouldn't even mind if You didn't, like, it seems like you lose it all in just a few months. I don't know if they just intend for you to train your troops before a war, fight the war, and then train again. Admittedly, in EU4, you did spend a lot of time training your armies. You got a lot of professionalism for it, so it was worthwhile to always have them drilling. Hey Vorath, how are you today? I will say though, drilling does seem very powerful outside of how quickly it decays. That damage reduction is a lot. Yeah, the more experience they get, the faster it goes down, yeah. I've got so much money that I don't really care about spending it. Arguing with your coworkers doesn't sound very productive. Yeah, we're up to 163% experience decay. In fact, you actually lose how quickly you gain XP. So we're getting less XP every month. Yeah, I've got a lot of money. My income is pretty substantial. One of the richest countries in the world right now. Bohemia is quite a bit richer, though. I found out what happened to France in my last game. Apparently there's a bug where their ruler can end up moving to another country, and then they lose control on every one of their territories. I think that's what happened to me. They lost control of their entire country and had no income. I guess I could hire mercenaries. That's another thing. Mercenaries seem really underwhelming. I have to pay 7,000 gold for 3,000 troops. Is your construction all maxed? Not necessarily. I haven't been maxing my construction out. I have been more so focusing on addressing supply. What's the word? I'm blanking on the word. Deficits. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word deficit. I've been mostly focusing on addressing supply deficits. Yeah. I'm not even making that much from trade. It's mostly just taxes. I suppose my silk helps a lot. I wonder what my largest profit commodity is. I wonder if there's a way for me to see that. Books. We're selling books in Egypt. Florence itself is filthy rich, though. Like, Florence is as rich as Paris is. I make a lot of money in Florence. Right now I make 4 gold profit per level. Just from this silk production in Florence. That's pretty crazy. My problem is food. I'm having a bunch of food issues. We've been buying food for about 100 years. Right now I'm trying to invade the north to take their food. There's a bunch of wheat up here that I need. Oh my god, they lost 14,000 soldiers in that battle. Well, we won't starve to death. We'll just end up buying food, but it's gonna kill my treasury. Not literally because I've got so much gold, but I have to say, getting so rich so early on does take some of the fun out of it. Is that a Swedish flag? No, this is the flag of Verona. Although it looks a lot like a Swedish flag, doesn't it? Oh my god, they just walked 1,000 troops in to die. They accomplished nothing. No, check it out. Look at their flag. Hiring to train troops. Extra monthly army tradition. Why not? Yeah, I guess it's offset a little bit. Look at that. Damn it, we gotta stop them from sieging. But I'm so close to finished. $4,000 casualties. Man, levies get torn apart by regular soldiers. Who would have guessed? Oh my god, 11,000 casualties. Just shredded that entire army. Who's gonna clean up the mess? Yeah, that's really all they brought were levies. Can we just assault? Oh man, no we can't. Damn it. Let's assault anyway. I lost a few dudes. We lost a few troops there. That's interesting. Their experience decay is so much less during wartime. Is that how the mechanic works? Well, no, maybe not actually. Maybe, well, it's 0.13% per month. So, or sorry, 0.31% per month. So So maybe that's how it works. I guess that would make sense. Yeah, it's 1.59 when they're standing still. Yeah, okay. So it does decay during war, just not when they're marching? No, while they're marching it also does, just not when they're fighting. Or not when they're sieging. No, it seems to be going down significantly, except for when they're sieging. I guess they get some XP gain for sieging. Yep, 10% when they're sieging. Okay, well that's not as good as I was hoping. We can call our allies in. Do we really want to, though? Would it really help me at this point? I suppose it wouldn't hurt. I probably am going to end up regretting switching to monarchy. Just because we're not going to have as good of leaders, but... my goal was to take advantage of personal unions. Well, I'm starting to think that might not actually be worthwhile. Well, let's stick to the plan. Stick with the plan. Well, I still have to be able to build manpower structures, and I've been building a bunch of them, but I'll try to build more after the war, see if we can get even larger army. Scroll Lord, that's what I was thinking too. I swear in EU4, you start as a republic in Florence, and then when you turn to Tuscany, you turn into a monarchy. I thought that's how it was, and I thought, oh, I'll go with that. We'll humiliate them? We'll make them pay me money, even though I don't need money at all? Wait. Ah, no, that's fine. Alright, back to drilling. Okay. We'll let them deal with building that up. I was trying to migrate more troops up here, but it looks like we're probably pretty okay. Okay, let's build more armories. More training fields. Yeah, previously I was more hesitant to build armories because they cost so much money. But yeah, I really do have a lot of money, so... I can build barracks now. I need to make sure that my clergy approval is above 60%. Okay, we can side with the burgers here. The burgers are paying me a lot of money, so... Let's switch this to conversion. More conversion! Alright, I have my entire cabinet converting, trying to get out of this disaster. Yeah, at the moment I don't even have enough manpower to continue to train indefinitely. I'll see what it looks like after these barracks and training fields get built. What about docks? Can we build more docks? One more dock. My control in the north is getting a little bit light. I ended up building a bailiff up here thinking it would help, but it didn't really seem to help. Oh nice, we can go up to 20 silk. So is the 30 gold underneath this must be what I'm getting as my crown power, right? Must be. Total taxes from this location is 30. So no, that would be the taxes I'm getting from my estates. Wait, am I getting the remainder then? I have 39% tax, or 39% crown power right now. I guess I don't need to be too worried about getting even more money. Oh, there's two Veronas. Do they both have the same flag? No, the city of Verona now has a lion? Verona and Verona. Although Verona doesn't have Verona, but on the bright side, Verona does have Verona. Glad we cleared that up. Wait, did France just force me to embargo England? I guess that's okay. I wish I was better at singing. I would. Bum 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 bum. I've always wanted to get better at singing. We need more weapons workshop. Also, I have to be thinking about that while I'm expanding my army. What do we need for maintenance? Oh shit, these are all pikemen now. I'll allow it. We need weapons, leather, wood, tools. Okay. I just built a bunch more weapons. Wood is decent. Build more tools. We need to make sure we have iron. You were a classical voice major in college? That's cool. Did you actually improve from start to finish? Did you know there's a mod to put Pikmin in RimWorld? Is it really? How does that work? Suddenly I'm making no money. What happened? What if they got worse? That's an insensitive question. That's what I want to know. Did you pay money to get better, or did you pay money to stay the same, or did you pay money to get worse? Whoa, what happened? I am paying 31 gold a month in mercenaries, but... Oh shit, I'm out of manpower. I have no manpower left. That's alright. It'll balance out. Improve my range and breath control significantly. Well, that's cool. So it was worth it? Is Pikmin the one where they create a giant ball of stuff, or is that something else? I'm thinking of something else, aren't I? What am I thinking of? Man, what the hell? Okay, my income's back up again. That was weird. Maybe it was trade? My largest exports are books, by a far margin. Pikmin the Nintendo game? Yeah, that's what Miranda's talking about. But isn't there a game where they... like, with small creatures where they collect stuff and form a giant ball where they roll around? That's Katamari, okay. Your current job requires a bachelor's degree in literally anything? Really? I need to get that job. Are you hiring? I have a bachelor's degree. In literally anything. A mischievous feline, Leonardo Bruni has always been regarded as an established writer and his works lauded by the general populace. However, one of his works, History of the Florentine People, has become the main topic of discussion at court. When some attentive students of the work discovered some particular ink smudges on it, apparently a cat walked on it after having stepped on ink. Isn't this a real story? Maybe not. As the clergy say, the cat ruined it. This does not diminish the piece, it even gives it more history. I love it! My income is back up again. That's so weird. Was it an estate issue? I guess maybe one of them were unhappy? I don't know. We do need to make sure we have a steady supply of wood. You know what they say. We have a noble civil war going on? Where? Over here? Let's build some... Oh man, I haven't actually upgraded my transport tech. I love that noise. Love it. Okay, we're at 83%. Not enough religious unity. Can I give the clergy something to help speed this along? Embellish great works of faith? I don't mind centralization. Let's go for that. That did not help. I thought tolerance of the truth faith would help, but... What does this do? What does tolerance of the true faith actually do? I don't understand. Hmm. Huh. I think you were buying stuff for the 10,000 soldiers you just recruited. Oh, maybe that is what happened. Yeah, that's why my income went down so much, maybe. We're still trying to replenish the army. We're missing a lot. My monthly manpower is below my army maintenance now, though, so I need to address that situation. There we go. That should help. I feel like we've had the religious turmoil disaster for 400 years. I know the game hasn't been going on for that long, but it feels like it. 400 years. Why does Hungary have 6,800 troops on Corsica in my territory? What the hell? What the hell, Hungary? Are you eating all my food over there? I know how you are, Hungary. This guy gets it. Imagine paying for a vacation for 7,000 people. Yeah, you know, it's kind of a shame. You never see an Austria-Hungary union. I don't know why. It's broken. Austria never forms a union with Bohemia or with Hungary. Kind of sad. Hungary is about a little bit richer than I am. But they have about 3 times the population, so I'd say I'm doing pretty good. Only Bohemia, who has twice the population and has about almost twice the income, is doing relatively better than me. But I'm much smaller. Oh no, actually I'm about the same size as Bohemia, territory-wise. Bohemia is so strong in this game. I don't know why they're so strong, but they are very powerful in EU5. EU4, they were such a pushover. Austria was very powerful, but Bohemia was always a pushover. In EU4 or EU5? I feel like in EU4 the AI never really did that well with Bohemia. If it was a player in EU4, then oh, okay, that's a different story. Oh, historically. Oh. Fair enough. All I really know about Bohemia historically is from from Kingdom Come Deliverance, which is probably not a very accurate representation. Alright, now our income is looking better. The burgers are paying 328 gold a month. The commoners are paying 257 gold a month. We're doing pretty well income-wise. Our tax base, 1,755. It took a recent jump there. That must have been when I annexed one of my vassals. I'm at the point now where I don't mind just adding more keeps. As long as they don't go put me over the limit. But I don't think I'm going to delete these keeps in the north. And I might add another one in here. Oh, I have 2 right here. I don't need more than that. Francis doesn't support their current Curia proposal. Alright. You son of a bitch, I'm in. I don't know. I feel like relying on any video game to understand history is a bad idea. Florence is consuming 346 food a month. Jesus Christ. So why are you so hungry? You are so hungry. Was that lady having fun, or was she in pain? Did you guys hear that? I don't know if she was enjoying herself or if she was miserable. The real world's exactly like Civ 6? The nice thing about the Civ games is that they tell you the truth about Gandhi. He pretended to be a pacifist, but it's not his. That wasn't what he really believed. Are you importing food, or do you have enough in your market? It is a back and forth between having enough food and importing food. Man, it's crazy how many books are in demand in this market. I'm selling so many books. Right now we're selling 60 units of books per month. And there's still high demand for books. We're selling books all over the world. I don't even know what I just voted for. Yes, I am. And the Chioggia market, which is just to the east of me. I actually want to delete that market if I can. Yeah, it's kind of like learning history from EU4 or EU5. Like, you can't trust Paradox. They're hobbyists at best. Yeah, we still have a supply deficit in Florence. I really want to delete this market. Unfortunately, this market is currently controlled by Brescia, who is part of the Holy Roman Empire. Castile controls the Genoa market. But Castile was in a union with France, but it looks like that's no longer the case. Thankfully. Okay, I probably could take that territory from Castile then. But I do need to worry about Austria getting in my way. Austria is really C-blocking me here. He's E-blocking me. My army maintenance is 654. My monthly manpower is 737. So we do need a little bit more here. Wait, am I training? No, I'm not even training. Okay. We're gonna need more manpower. Yeah. I was meaning to get around to that. I can't afford to lose clergy approval at this point. Oh no, Calvinist preachers have arrived. I don't have time for your shit. Yes, it was a tiny little rebellion in my vassal and across the... What even name it? What even is the name of this gulf? The Gulf of whatever. The Adriatic Sea. There you go. They may have had troops to begin with, and then they got killed, but my vassal had no boats to bring any soldiers over. I don't know how that worked. Balance the budget? Yeah, I can stand to lose a little bit of inflation here. Reduce opinion of the domain of EO. Okay. Clergy would lose a little bit of happiness, but... I'll allow it. Save him for 86 gold. Guys, I don't think I'm going to be able to afford it. I lose 300 manpower a month to train my army. God damn. We just built a... Well... Yeah, there's quite a few barracks building at the moment. Hopefully that'll help. many vassals do I have right now? Verona to the north. Marche? March? March the not March to the southeast. Loyalty to the Sismont nobles to Tuscany. Wait, what? Why are you the Sismont nobles? It's just the Republic of Sismont. That's weird. Yeah, we've been pretty good on food for a while. I mean, we've still been buying food every month, but it's not as bad as it was. These Italians like to eat. Definitely still going to call it March. Am I still assisting migration there? I don't want to... No, we're just having everybody convert. Trying to finish this stupid disaster. Support conversion efforts. Oh. Probably should have done that a while ago. I've done a 79% religious unity. What the hell? How's it getting worse? Oh, because the Calvinists came in. That's right. Oh, those damn Calvinists. One thing I found in the Netherlands game, it was significantly easier to get people to join my market. I've been trying to increase my market attraction, but there's not that many buildings to increase my market attraction. How's Florence doing compared to Paris? Oof, still a little behind. Florence is the Paris of Italy. Florence is the Rome of Italy. Rome is actually pretty underwhelming compared to Florence. Oh, I love the Colosseum in the background here. That's cool. I like that Florence, as a city, has a river next to it, and nobody has developed the other side of the river. They're just like, I guess the other side of the river is Lorenzo, which is very underdeveloped. It'd be so cool if you built Lorenzo into a city, and it actually does change this image. That'd be cool. I have too many buildings. I can have 173 and I have 175. Let's cut back on... Wait, I can just convert these into merchant quarters instead? I should definitely do that. I guess that's just a straight conversion. Let's get rid of, like, the fiber crops. We don't need those here. I have yet... This is the first time I've had a situation where I've had too many buildings in a city. At some point I need to leave this defensive pack and invade Naples, aka Two Sicilies. Chat, why do they call it Two Sicilies? There's only one Sicily. Yeah, I guess the penalty is just the migration penalty. I suppose that's not that big of a penalty. Improve our existing navy. Oops. Oh well. There was a kingdom of Sicily that lost Sicily, and then there was another kingdom of Sicily, and they got married. Really? Is that how it worked? That's crazy. Is it kind of like Verona up here, where Verona no longer owns Verona, and now there's a second Verona? So we could have two Veronas? I mean, hypothetically speaking, I mean. We have their Verona and my Verona. Yeah, then if they got married, then it's two Veronas. Why is it not letting me just upgrade here? What's that about? So if I go here, then it lets me upgrade. Okay. We're running out of burgers. Somebody's gonna have to go to the grocery store. Alright, what's the easiest way to upgrade all of my castles to bastions? I gotta do a Sam's run. It doesn't seem like there's a very straightforward way to do that. I thought blue was where I had all my bastions already. That's an upgrade, and that's build. But this one was not. This one was just orange. Like this one here is just orange. I don't understand that. Like Urbino didn't even show up on that map. That's so weird. It's not in the filtered locations. Did you lose Florence events by forming Tuscany? I waited a really long time to form Tuscany because I was trying to get all the Florence events. But I never ended up getting the Medici Bank event because I got impatient. I don't know that that's going to help. Maybe it did. Because then the ones that then the blue ones are the ones that already have it's blue versus okay, yeah, maybe that helped. Yeah, I think that helped. Okay, good idea. Wow, Parma is completely Protestant? Is that what I'm seeing here? Completely Lutheran. Unbelievable. One of my vassals is completely Lutheran. What the fuck? Enforce religion. You're gonna become Catholic, and you're gonna like it. You're gonna become Catholic, and you're gonna thank me for it. These guys are also Lutheran. Ooh, no, I don't think so. Force that religion. They're gonna be a little upset for a while, but that's alright. They'll come around to our way of thinking. I'm still only 163 positive on manpower. I can't afford to lose more. Oh, yeah, I can. Wait, what do we need to be under for this? 60%? Oh, we're good. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'd much rather have nice round numbers in my army. 38,800. Why don't we get to 40k? Let's get a nice round number. Oof. Oh, hey, my fort. I was just gonna say, we gotta do something about my fort limit. Oh, that's convenient. Where do you check the optimal combat width for this age? My army tradition is 80%. Not bad. You go to your army. Yeah, we're already pretty well over the frontage. One thing I don't understand is why does the AI, when you balance your units, why does the AI tend to put artillery on the front line? I guess they end up retreating when combat starts? That seems weird to me, though. 3 times the frontage? Where are you getting that from? Well, I don't care about what's ideal. Are you sure that artillery and reserves still happen, acts during the barrage stage? No, I get that. You don't need to explain that. I understand. But it seems like 3 times the front is still not as good as 4 times the front. Wouldn't you want as much of a reserve as you possibly could get? Hey, C3PO. Oh, not great, honestly, but what are you gonna do? How are you doing? Yeah, it is what it is. Trying not to think about it too much. Instead of being in reserve, those guys can go to another army. That's fair, but if you have two armies fight the same... I guess the idea being that... I don't know, I still feel like you'd be better off having those two armies engage the same enemy, though. Like, assuming you have the exact same size army as your enemy. That you'd be better off having your second army engage with that first enemy than having them do something else. I don't know how flanking works in that regard. Assumedly, though, you would still just put those units into reserve. But if you had one sieging and one fighting, I could see the logic of that, but I guess it depends on how close in power you are to your enemy. It's going to be a real struggle to try to take the northern territories that are allied with the Holy Roman Empire. I might be able to fight Castile, especially when France gets their shit together. France is at war? With who? Another civil war? What the fuck are they doing over there? Yeah, another civil war. They've been fighting a lot of civil wars. France forced us to embargo the Papal States. Damn it, France. I need a larger market, not a smaller one. Really dicking me around here. Gonna have to resist the urge to fill out the rest of that army for now. Alright, who can we elect? I wanted to become a monarchy, but we have to not have an active disaster. So I've been waiting for this stupid religious turmoil disaster to end. And then Calvinism broke out. It has been a mess. We have every one of the cabinet members trying to convert. We can intervene in a war with Aragon. Interesting. You son of a bitch, I'm in. Can I march my dudes over there? No. Wait, is France in this war? No. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to help the way I wanted to. I could try to get military access from all these countries, but that seems like a lot of work. That seems like a lot of work. Maybe just these two, and that would cut it. Minus 21 because of negative opinion. Why are you this way? I could purchase military access. Oh. Okay, I can purchase military access from Bobino. What a name. Bobino. I think these guys are too upset at me. They're feeling a little bit disloyal at the moment. Wait, is the Papal States in this war? What the hell? I want to take the rest of Sardinia from Aragon. That would be sweet. Or at least take this strip of land. Come on, Bobino. Gotta wait for my diplomat to get, well, recovered. I don't know. I don't know how to, the right way to look at that. Man, we really put a dent in the treasure. I think I was up to 50k gold. We really have put a dent in the treasury. Alright, now the boys can go in. It doesn't help that my income has dropped pretty significantly. I was up to 560 gold a month, and now I'm down to 71. It has dropped. I kind of hate that this graph is just about the least useful graph of all time. This would indicate my income is at 0. But that's obviously not the case. I don't know. It's very weird. My income partially dropped because we built 47 barracks. That definitely made a big impact. 1900 gold. I'd rather have the prestige, I think. Oh man, we lost a lot of ships. How did that happen? I wonder if at this point I'm just better off assaulting the fort. Yeah, the graph says I'm broke, but definitely not broke. This graph is a representation of my IRL money. Oh shit, we're out of food already? If I buy access from them, am I going to be able to... I would have thought that... I would have been able to supply through the lines that I have military access through, but that doesn't seem to be the case. We'll take this port and then I should be able to supply. Food shortage? You don't say. We're Florentine. We know all about food shortages. Speaking of, we just were able to expand our farms. That's good. Alright, we take this port and then we should be able to resupply through the port. There we go. The fort in Genoa is Castilian, so I doubt it. We're all good now. It's able to dock my ships and bring food aboard. Or bring food to land. Denmark is asking for food access? What the hell is Denmark doing? Why does Denmark need food access? Oh, shit. I gotta bring my armies back. Two Sicilies is in this war. What the fuck? I have been betrayed. I have been betrayed. So you need a port to supply food to troops, or can you do it on any coastal tile? Any coastal tile counts as a port. But it has to be a coastal tile you control. Now, mind you, you still have to have your ships either in the tile adjacent to the port or in the port itself. But you can dock your ships at any coastal tile or keep them outside. Like, I would have been able to leave my ships right here and they still would have supplied to the port. But mind you, you can't just have your food shipped from your territory to a port that you own. Like, it has to be ships that you actually control. You have to fill your ships up with food and then distribute the food. I learned this the hard way by fighting overseas colonial wars as the Netherlands. Took me a while to figure out all the way it works. Man, I would very much like to take some territories from Two Sicilies. Tell you what. This is turning it into a hell of a war. I guess I didn't know what I was getting myself into. We don't have a ton of excess manpower sitting around. I do wonder if I'm better off assaulting. They don't have very many troops. I wouldn't lose that much. No, I'm not going to raise the levies. It'd have too much of an impact on my economy. And my professional army would be able to will be able to handle it. Even with the low manpower, I'll be okay. Nah, it'll be okay. Two Sicilies is usually mostly levies, so... Yeah, they have almost no professional army. I won't be able to go invade Aragon, but... I almost said Aragorn. You don't want to invade Aragorn. He'll fuck you up. As long as I'm patient, I don't think I need to be too worried about manpower here. And as an emergency, I can always raise my levies. This fort didn't get upgraded. Oh, that's Papal States. No wonder. Why am I defending Papal States? Fuck them. My favorite part of the army icon or army graphic is the donkey. The donkey's the best part. Yeah, this is 1569 Italy. If you don't think the Pope is a big perv, then you got another thing coming. I think it's about time I started upgrading my naval power. C3PO, what do you think about those game sounds? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Are they not the best sound effects you've ever heard? Just fantastic. Hey, Baggins. I guess I could get galleons, but it seems a little unnecessary, doesn't it? I feel like war galleys would be better. How goes the run? Oh, pretty good. I guess war galleys would be over here, wouldn't it? Or I guess I could search for it. That would probably make more sense. Brigs are transport ships, right? No? Yes? They gotta be. A brig holds 600 troops. Yeah, okay. And we'll get the Italian galleass. The gallass. The gallass? That can't be right. The what? You have another date Saturday? Nice, man. Don't pull all those sounds. Don't make those sounds on your date. But that's awesome about the next date. Is it with the same person that you had your last date with, or you just meeting a lot of new people? That's cool, man. Does he speak English? Not that it matters, just out of curiosity. She does. Okay, I was just curious. How did I lose this fort? I wasn't paying attention. Whoa! Whoa! Do you guys all learn English in primary school? New sub sound? Oh, can we isolate that sound and get a sub sound going? Now you're thinking. That's genius. You're truly onto something there. The sub sound needs to be in your voice. I feel like me making that noise won't have as much of an effect as us isolating that from the game. I need to find that sound file. Baggins, how was your Sicily run going? Did you get it sorted out? Man, if I could take Chioggia, that would make things so much easier for me. This is a bad fight for me to take, but I'm going for it. Wow, turns out we absolutely shredded them. Probably lost a few more troops than I needed to, but we definitely had the terrain disadvantage there. Well, the problem is I need to take Chioggia to dismantle the Chioggia market. However you pronounce that. Chioggia? Chioggia. The Chioggia market is almost gone, but I can get rid of it the rest of the way and then try to eat up the rest of this and bring it into my market. No, I haven't, and I probably should. Auto refill garrison. We don't have a lot of manpower though, so probably wait on that. He says as he assaults the fort. I need what? I don't know what that word means. I'm scared to find out. I'd like to take those two territories if I could. Man, Florence is only 67% Catholic? What is happening there? Oh, did they just piece those guys out? Those sons of bitches. They pieced them out and I got nothing. Oh, 4,000 gold or 20 stability? We're gonna go with the 4,000 gold. Aragon wants me to peace out. No. No white peace. Give me land. I gotta at least take this to clean up the borders. If you can't offer me that, then I'll keep fighting. I missed the feature where you could diplomatically set land to desired or strategic from EU4. You know what I'm talking about? Or those of you guys who played EU4? So the AI would know what territory you wanted and what you didn't, and they would prioritize giving that to you if they themselves didn't want it. Oh, finally, we got rid of the religious turmoil. God, that took forever. Wow, this is taking forever. I suppose we could probably stop... well, maybe we do want to keep converting, actually. Maybe we'll take this guy off. Put him on province control. Miss having the big AoE control increase. It's kind of a late game tech though. Wow, they just sent those guys in to die. That's crazy. You think that's what they were thinking? Because I'd be surprised. Yeah, but it was 1,000 troops versus nearly 40,000. Who in their right mind would have sent those guys in? I guess the AI is not in their right mind. Wait, what's going on here? Why does this say 16 but this says 15? What the hell? I don't know. That's weird. It's nice that we're making so much money during war. I guess war is profitable for us. We do make a lot of guns. I wonder if that's actually increased, like how many weapons and guns we're selling. No, it doesn't appear so. We're still mostly selling books. I wish I knew how many guns we were selling. We produce a lot of guns and a lot of weapons. The burgers are importing 23 weapons? Wait. Oh man, so I suppose we need to increase how many weapons we're making. We don't have a surplus of weapons. Is that happening with all of these who have a perfect balance? That must be. Okay, that's interesting. So I suppose all of these that are perfectly balanced mean that they're importing the excess. Not the excess, but the remainder. Well, time to produce more weapons. I overdid it. I didn't mean to make this many. Oh well. Oh well, we're going for it. Send it. I don't actually want to build that many. Well, you haven't even let me get to the part about guns. We were just looking at weapons. And admittedly, the United States is not really known for their sword production. Now, guns, on the other hand, we have a surplus. We're producing a massive amount of guns. And there's not a huge demand for guns in the Florence market. In fact, I guess I am the majority of the demands in the Florence market. There's not that many other countries in the Florence market. We got to remedy that. Oh shit. Interesting. Sardinia has transferred over to the Florence market, even though I'm at war with them. And I've embargoed them. Interesting. You create the demand? Yeah, I guess so. We don't have enough laborers. God damn it. They pieced out 2 Sicilies and I got nothing. This is what I get for joining a war to help out. Unbelievable. Who is this? March Nobles. Oh, this is my vassals. Is my vassals having a war? Here, let's help them out. I will intervene. Wait. There we go. Intervene civil war. I can intervene on behalf of the nobles. Let's help those nobles out. No, I've definitely had the AI give me territory in wars. I don't know about when I join as a intervene against my rivals situation, but interesting. Bohemia, well, this isn't counting all the people Bohemia would call in. Yeah, when you intervene as well. Yeah, that makes sense. Burgers are still importing 21 weapons. That's a huge amount of weapons when you look at how much we're actually producing. Well, per tile. Yeah, they still are disloyal. How are we doing on food? We haven't really been buying very much food. Modena is producing 742 food now. I got rid of one of the towns. I deleted a town and turned it entirely into farmland. Oops. I have to be careful protecting it, though. Oh, I don't even have windmills here. Ooh. We gotta fix that. Okay. That will provide another... What is it, 5%? $10%! That's 10% more. Oh my god. Can't believe I was missing that. Yeah, I have to be careful about protecting the north. Oh, blah, blah. Aragon marched 3,000 troops over here. What are you doing? How does this occupy the Duchy of Provence? Yeah, I have one bailiff way up in the north. I thought it would help with control, but didn't really do much. Proximity capital is only 15%, and I thought this was 20% base. So I thought this would have helped. But, I don't know. I don't know if it actually did. It's only 15% proximity to my capital. What are you talking about? I guess there's an actual proximity map, isn't there? Yeah, no, this is higher. Nearest proximity source is the bailiff. It's just not great because otherwise these are like 18%. So it's like marginally better. It's a teeny tiny bit better. No, Aragon, there will be no peace. No peace, only war. I can't even invite my own vassal to my market. Oh, because I don't. Well, no, that can't be right. -1. Okay, I guess I gotta just improve their opinion a little bit. Alright guys, I'm all for today. Probably not gonna be streaming tomorrow. Should be live Sunday though. I might play some Dwarf Fortress Sunday. That's kind of the plan. Just switch things up. Try out some Dwarf Fortress, see how that goes. Like I said, probably no stream tomorrow. Feel free to join Discord if you want to get updates when the stream goes live.